Hi lads and lasses, Modest Pelican here with Bully. If you enjoyed this video, please go down to your local school in a Joker mask holding an AK-47. And then put the AK-47 away and tell all the kids about my YouTube videos, as this would really help spread the good word of my channel. Bully, what a game! To catch any of you up, we play as Jimmy Hopkins and are currently a student at Bulworth Academy, which is a prestigious boarding school. We are a tough lad with a heart of gold, the kind of bloke to sell weed at lunchtime, but it's actually just oregano. Anyway, enough messing around, I need to get to class because the only thing cooler than selling Mediterranean cooking herbs to 4th graders is ensuring I take my education seriously. First up is chemistry, and you know what they say about chemistry. Chemistry fucking sucks. I passed the class though because I'm a prodigy Nobel Prize winner, and then I hear an interesting announcement over the loudspeaker.
Students are reminded that they are to wear the school uniform of the appropriate gender while on school premises.
Ma'am, did you just assume literally every single student's gender at once? Wow, you've got some big balls. Well, not balls, I didn't mean to assume your gender. Goddamn, this is hard. I mean, your dick isn't hard. Wow. Anyway, I head outside to feel some of that wholehearted sunshine and immediately find myself in a fist fight with some bullies. These guys in the white shirts identify as the bully clique, which is surprisingly self-aware. But yeah, they hate me, so naturally I beat them until my knuckles are raw, but it's not them I'm beating. It's a symbolic self-projection of my innermost demons that welcome me whenever I let my mind drift from the present. Just kidding, I'm just practicing for English class, which is up next, and I don't mean to flex on the dyslexic, but I aced that too. After class, an 8-year-old dares me to break into 3 lockers, and yes, she's African American. Oh my god, I'm shook. Somebody please call BuzzFeed because an asexual Caucasian journalist needs to write a poorly worded article about this blatant video game racism right now, or the world will explode. I proceed to break into the lockers and find myself a Letterman jacket, which should work well with my baggy chino dirty sneaker suburban dad combo. On my way back to the dorm, I run into my girlfriend Christy, who is a real hottie. Wait, she's probably like 16, but for the sake of me not looking like a seedy malacca, let's say she's 24 and has just been held back a lot because she's really stupid. Before she'll kiss me, she wants some flowers, so I go and pick her some fresh petunias, but when I come back, she's holding hands with another guy. Wow, I gave you everything, Christy, and you're really going to do me like that? I whip out my trusty slingshot and show her that I'm not a nice guy, but that I am an emotionally unstable guy who lashes out without warning. I then proceed to drop the hottest pickup line of 2019.
Wow, are those real? Can I check?
Ah yes, asking a girl if her breasts are real, it doesn't get smoother than that, Jimmy. Well played, mate. I seriously need to get to bed though, as getting 9 hours of sleep is important for a growing adolescent male. Again, I am T-boned by a student, but this time it's Russell, the king of the bullies. Like, I don't know if his mum was drinking G Fuel while he was being breastfed or what, but he is a big boy, so I decide to get my vengeance on him another time. Before bed, I change into my Letterman jacket, which hopefully Christy likes, and then call it a night because I'm not joking about getting enough sleep. It's really important. I wake up and get ready to seize the day. Gary greets me, and he is like my best friend, I guess. He also has ADHD, a short temper, and I'm pretty sure he's killed a few people, so what's not to love about Gary? He says he's got something to show me in the school's basement, which sounds like a pleasurable way to spend my morning, so let's go. On my way out, a prefect says,
"You'll never amount to anything."
Wow, mate, hurtful. Not even a good night's sleep could have prepared me for that emotional slap in the face. I guess you're good at being a prefect and hurting people's feelings, you dick. So yeah, I follow Gary into the school's basement, and I actually find it pretty weird our school even has such an extensive basement. We make our way through this maze of buttons and traps. It's sort of like Lara Croft Tomb Raider, except instead of ancient tombs, it's some sort of BDSM sex dungeon. I didn't realise Bulworth Academy was a Catholic school. We eventually arrive at some pit, and Gary suddenly has a paranoia attack and says he knows we've been spreading rumours about him and that he will now destroy us. It turns out though, we won't be fighting little old Gary, we'll be fighting Big Russell. Not ideal. The kids gather around, aggressively chanting and taking bets as we beat each other senseless. Kids will be kids. We actually used to have a thing called change room boxing at my school where you'd, well, have to box in the change room. It was all fun and games until I had to fight a New Zealand Maori guy who was like 9 foot tall. At least it taught me a valuable lesson though. Don't fight New Zealand Maori guys who are like 9 foot tall. Anyway, I beat Russell and then have a fiery exchange with Gary. It turns out Russell is actually a gentle soul who is just misunderstood, just like Connie was. So we make friends, which should mean we are now all good with the bully clique. So we start chapter 2, and I don't think I could say it any better than Jimmy can.
With Russell pacified, I could be forgiven for thinking my troubles at Bullworth were over. But this place is a rotten onion. Peel off one stinking layer, and there's another even smellier one beneath.
Wow, amazing metaphor, Jimmy. You really do have a way with words. It's pretty exciting. We can now access the town, so I skip on over, but then run into my girl Christy, and she's making out with some preppy dude. Wow, you H2 ho, you really gonna do me like that? I decide to avoid violence because that didn't work last time, and instead give her the petunias I've apparently been carrying around with me. I then go in for a smooch and try to win her back with love, as she's the only girl I need in my life. My side girl then rocks up and they start fighting over me, which is pretty awesome. Damn son, being a player ain't easy. I need an Excel spreadsheet just to figure out the logistics of all this booty. Even playboys have to rest though, so I hit the sack. It's time to go and explore the town, but on my way out, I decide to give the prefect a wedgie for an epic prank. I didn't choose the epic prank life, the epic prank life chose me. I guess the prefect called the cops the bloody snitch, but the town of Bullworth is pretty cool. Well, it's actually pretty depressing, but it's still nice to be out of the school grounds. By chance, the joker who was making out with my girl Christy earlier is here, and so I beat him like he was a homeless child. The best thing about unlocking the town is that I can now bully adults. I find my first target, a dwarf, and decide I'll give her a wedgie. I try to do this, but fail to realise the wedgie symbol has been replaced with a thick ass symbol, and so I guess you can't wedgie females. And yeah, I proceed to touch her on the buttocks or back because you know she's quite short. I think this might be a new low for my channel, sexually harassing midgets, but let's not dwell on it, we have to get to class. I was never that great at geography, but it's always nice to earn the cool rewards and upgrades you get from passing the subject. And I do pass with flying colours and I'm rewarded with an Eiffel Tower hat. You've got to be f***ing kidding me. If I wear this around, even the teachers will kick my teeth in. I'm so angry at the geography faculty, I decide to stage a silent protest as I've heard they can be quite effective. And so I proceed to silently beat up some children. The school has a strict zero tolerance for this, which is just a classic nanny nation kids wrapped in cotton wool mentality, and I have to serve detention. No one likes mowing the lawn. Well, actually, that's not true. All men over 45 years old love their lawns. And I also always see South Americans mowing lawns, so I guess they must love it too. Anyway, I hear a rumour of a boxing tournament at the preppy lads gym, and as you've witnessed, I do enjoy throwing the odd haymaker, so I sign up. The prize is apparently a $1 million dream house, which is a very realistic prize for a high school boxing tournament. And so it begins, much like Rocky, but without all the cool build-up. We are just right at the fighting part, I guess. First up is a guy called Chad, and I knock him out. And then of course a guy called Justin, and I knock him out too, and finally I have to fight Parker. This is a fight between classes, a poor man versus a rich man, and these preppy, inbred, vest-wearing Tommy Hilfingerers get absolutely destroyed. I win, and now they all really hate me. They also don't give me a $1 million mansion, but instead a lighthouse, but look, it's gotta be at least worth $200,000 or $300,000, and for 3 amateur boxing fights, it's not bad. Pretty excited to check out my new crib, I run along the beach, but then one of the preppy lads dares me to swim around a boy. I don't trust him, so I do the only logical thing I can think of, and drown him. The lighthouse is pretty dope. It's got a poker table so I can play cards with my friends. Wait, my one friend actually just backstabbed me and tried to get a gorilla man to beat me to death in the school basement. But still, it's a great place to cry under my sheets with loneliness and watch the last 30 seconds of every porno. Anyway, when the rich preppy kid hates you, what's the best thing to do? That's right, hook up with his girlfriend or cousin or both. They're all pretty inbred. I go and meet Pinky, and she's got a sexy long face and wants to go on a date to the carnival with me. Well, say no more, you stunning horse. I head down to the carnival to meet her, and while I wait, I decide to get my fortune told. Right now, somewhere out there, someone is making out with a girl. Well, yeah, obviously, it's my main girlfriend Christy. She's like the town bicycle, everyone's had a ride. She's a randy gal. I can't really talk though, as my like 4th or is it my 5th girlfriend Pinky eventually rocks up for our date. Aren't we cute walking around like this? It's time to impress her though. I head over to the hammer hit thing and take a swing and hit a 30 out of 100. You like that, Pinky? Your boy smashed that with 30% effort, would you like the same treatment? Wow, that was crass, I'm sorry. This is meant to be an educational Christian music channel, and Pinky, you're a great girl. Jimmy would smash you with at least 45% effort. I do sort of have one friend named Petey that I forgot about, which basically sums him up as a person. He's out at the pier, and so I go and meet him, and he says the preppy rich kids are having another boxing tournament, and whoever wins becomes their leader. Well, this is interesting. They all hate me, so it would be quite an epic little prank if I was to become their dictator, if you will. I head over to their gym and tell them I will fight their big Papa Biff. It was a tough fight. Just kidding, by this point I had sort of figured out the boxing game mechanics and pretty much beat the enormous unit flawlessly. They obviously weren't too happy with the result and decide to try to bash me after the fight. Wow, where is the integrity in people anymore? Well, I mean, I did try to beat a small child earlier, so glass houses, but still. I make my way into Derby's office and do what I do best. Spam X over and over again, which seems to work a treat. This triggers some PTSD of when I boxed that New Zealand Maori guy, except he was Jimmy and I was Derby. We quickly learn that Jimmy is not a very gracious winner as he boasts and flexes. Good lad. With the rich kids now sorted out, I just need to take down bloody Gary the psychopath, but this video has gone on a long time, so we'll have to do it later. I'll see you legends live on Twitch or on Sunday's video. Thanks for watching, and a massive thanks to those of you who support me on Patreon. Until next time, and as always, stay classy.